Hi there. In this video, we are going to set up a brand new integration between GeckoChat and Connect. We're going to map some fields across so we can update some contact information. And lastly, we're going to show what happens when a conversation comes into chat and that syncs over to Connect, exactly what that looks like. So we'll aim to do this really quickly. So far, the only thing you've missed is me logging into GeckoChat and clicking the settings button. You're now caught up. So to get started, we're going to go to integrations. I'll make my screen a wee bit bigger here, and we'll say it's a Connect integration that we would like to configure. Now all we need to do here is add a web service and passkey and our region. For me, the region is EMEA, as you can probably tell from my accent. I've already configured these this information and I kind of have it to hand already, but it's very quick and easy to do this. We have a really simple Academy guide that walks you through precisely how to generate these credentials. The long story short is, if it's taking you longer than 2 minutes to do that, something has gone catastrophically wrong. Anyway, we have our details. I'm going to go ahead and click Done. GeckoChat is now going to talk to Connect. It's going to pull back all of the information and the integration is now set up. It's as simple as that. It's very quick. All we need to do now is tell GeckoChat that if you have certain information in this field, for example email, we need to know where to push that to in Connect, and we can do that very simply by adding a mapping. And the cadence of this is, here are our different fields on the contact module within Connect. So let's look for email, and we want to tell Connect that we want to tell Chat that if you have a value in this Gecko field, so the student email, push it to the contact email. Really simple. Gecko field, Connect field. Let's do exactly the same for first name, and we'll do the same for last name. Last name to Gecko last name. And we'll also do this to a field that we haven't updated yet. So this is the test contact that is going to be messaging, as a spoiler alert, into the system momentarily. Let's go for the checkbox, and in fact the multi-choice test. We're going to have a couple of different options here, and we want to, in fact, let's go for this one. It looks a little bit more interesting. Multi-checkbox N. So this is obviously, as you can see, a test instance, but the proof of concept here is more than anything. Now, I don't have a field currently set up on GeckoChat, which is going to be the situation if you're a new client coming in to use Gecko. So what we can really helpfully do is say, here's the field. Go ahead and create an identical one on Chat to mirror this. And we can see we're telling Gecko it's a multi-choice field. We're pulling through those lists of options automatically, so you don't have to worry about, have I spelt this right? Do I have the right capitalization? Are there any errant spaces? But we've got that all set up right there. Super stuff. We are now ready to start a conversation. So let's pull over my student credentials, and it's worth pointing out that this works exactly the same if this was new details that we were pushing over. I'm just being tremendously lazy, not wanting to find a new contact because I've got everything updated right here. Let's just copy that email address, copy there, perfect. Hi there. Send that message in, and that's now come into the platform, so we'll respond to that. So unassigned currently. See, our agent has helpfully picked this up for us, and just before we push this, we want to update this value. Let's go for 1, 2, and 3 in that multi-checkbox field. Cool. Now the trigger for pushing across to Connect is closing that conversation. So we can see in doing that, we've synced this test account has a number of different integrations, but crucially we can see this has synced with the correct contact on Connect. So let's actually go in. Let's give this a quick refresh. It can sometimes take a couple of seconds to push through. So I'm going to pause this momentarily, and we should hopefully see in a couple of seconds that these fields have updated, and we should also see something in the communications log. Okay. That has synced over pretty much instantly. It turns out I didn't map the phone number, so it wasn't mapping to the contact it was originally on, but the good news is we have all of the details here, and it's worth pointing out that that is entirely down to how I've set up my test instance. I forgot that I made that a matchable field on Connect. Anyway, we have our student, the details are pushed across, Our checkbox field has been updated with that really simple submission. And crucially, if we come down here, we can see in the communications log, we have a record of that communication. We can see that it's a communication, the conversation, it's a live chat, we've got a description, the time, exactly which agent was involved in the conversation in picking that up. And we've actually got the full transcript of the conversation. Hey, how can I help? Hi there. And a log of all of the workflows, who closed it as well. So really useful information. And for me, the lovely, exciting thing about this is that took us 2 minutes to set up. We just popped in our details, we mapped 1 or 2 fields, and then instantly we've got the rich vein of data all going into the single source of truth, which is going to be Connect.